In a universe where life does not end at death, we explore the infinite possibilities forged by our very minds. Welcome to Arthadian Anthologies. Before we get started, I just want to inform you that this series was recorded over Discord. If the quality dips, it's due to connection issues. Greetings, fellow travelers and storytellers. Welcome to a Reborn in Power series featuring Dr. Cal and his creation, Proto. Follow along as he learns how to live and survive beyond the confines of the Zealot dynasty. Last time, in the Doctor, you, Dr. Cowell, well, you got to go to the new vessel that Commander Carter's squadron is running, along with a lot of other crewmates that you didn't expect. You're actually going to have a full crew of probably about 25 people or so inside this ship. You also were assigned to Savol, who basically took you over to handle the spacecraft and try to fix it up. You went and were able to diagnose a problem inside the drive core chamber. You went inside there and you decided to probe the vertical. In doing so, you began to hear an echo, almost like it was repeating your voice back to you, but backwards. And then you tried to call upon the Allfather to see if maybe you could get some help. In doing so, you were shunted out of this probe, and you don't remember exactly what happened, but you reappeared, coming back out, and it felt like nothing actually happened, like you actually never even probed the thing in the first place. And then people started coming into the spacecraft, and that's where we left off on our little session last time. So, you are currently inside the vessel, and you are next to Savol, who is also continuing to work on some stuff. And
we went to I'm pretty sure we went to the crafting station, or what is it called on it?
Okay, yeah, you then went over to the crafting station. We could say that.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that's where we ended.
Sure.
Savol was no, if I remember 16 correctly, we ended with heading over to the crafting area.
Okay. Well,
because Savol was
you guys go over to the crafting area.
I'm not being oh, that's where Dr. Cal wants to go. I'm pretty sure that's where we actually ended.
Yeah, I remember that too. So you guys are actually at the crafting area working on stuff. You see Savol, it has a bunch of different materials on top of one of the stations there. You see that there are other stations that are available to work at as well, if you would like.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I think I already asked Commander Carter, hey, do you know what happened to my big gun that I made? Because that's still in the secret base, as far as I remember. Because Dr. Cal didn't put it in his backpack. He was like, this is too big.
Are you
I'm
sure?
not putting
Because I'm pretty sure he took it. I feel like he took it.
So I think what happened was he was about to get Proto to fire it. And then Proto was like, but I can't access my drive core because of human body.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
prime body. And then we just set it down. Yeah. And I don't think we remembered to go back for it.
You did ask, I remember you did ask Commander Carter to go back for it, and he said that he would get someone to retrieve it. But yeah, right now you are at the crafting station, so what are you doing at the crafting station?
Well, there's two very important things that one must do. Number one, get rid of the jumpsuit that has Deimos Cortex on the back.
Okay.
I think 17 sessions with the Deimos Cortex suit is enough. So we should probably figure out what to change that to. I guess... Yeah, screw it. I'm at Core Command. I might just... It might literally just be putting a Core Command patch over the Deimos Cortex.
I mean, you don't have to do that. You could just do a blank jumpsuit that you thread together with some materials inside the station here.
I guess, yeah. It's probably time to get a new suit.
Yeah.
Dr. Cal's been wearing that suit.
I don't know why you would do Core Command if you don't even want to be affiliated with them, really.
I mean, it's because I'm on their ship with a bunch of people.
But, like, I mean...
Yeah, okay. Dr. Cal just makes a blank jumpsuit. We'll make a Dr. Cal logo at some point.
Please go ahead and roll me a craft check.
Oh, a craft check? Man, a crafting check? Okay, that's a 10. Let me see. And then I need to add... I don't have my normal calculator with me. So that's a 10 plus... So it's already a 22. And then we need to add crafting, which is 6. And then I think that's all I add unless I do salvaging. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's a 28.
All right. As you... Just remember that if you have max out everything, it's a plus 18. So because you have a 12 intellect and a plus 6 in craft, then it's a plus 18. So all you have to do is add 18.
I was just double checking with my math. I don't add the coding stuff until we salvage. And then we add the fun modifiers.
Yeah, that's when shit gets real. But anyways, you are able to easily weave a thread through something. And are you timing yourself with this, or are you just kind of doing it on your leisurely time?
I mean, no one's really told him to hurry up and do something else.
But roll me a discipline check with intellect.
Okay, because Dr. Cal doesn't care
with charm.
What? Hey, Matt? How dare you? Discipline, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you should have
discipline, which makes that a 10.
10 total?
Yeah, once you add the -3.
Okay. As you're working on this, you are taking your time, but you get memories of when Liam told you that he finished crafting a full-on mini frame for Buddy in 20 minutes, and how pissed off you were with it. You find yourself threading faster and faster and faster until finally you finish up and you're just sweating a little bit. You do take 4 points to your stamina.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Dr. Cal's still mad about that.
You look over at the time that it took you to finish this. It took you about 25 minutes.
He finished an entire frame in 5 less minutes. He yells back. He doesn't care.
Saval looks back and is like, well, are you okay, Doctor?
Dr. Cal just kind of looks around. It's been a while since people have been in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, you exist.
I've been here the entire time, Doctor.
The entire 25 minutes?
25 minutes for what?
Dr. Cal just looks down at what he made.
You made it looks like a decent jumpsuit that you could wear. You don't see any issues with the threading. It doesn't.
Okay, Matt.
What's up?
Can I make a lore check before Dr. Cal just strips naked?
Sure.
In front of
a lore check.
Well, it's specifically just so he remembers that other species actually sort of care about nudity.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Because he doesn't think about it.
Roll. Well, yeah, roll a lore.
A lore? Would that be with intellect?
You know what? Let's go with charm.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt, this isn't going to be good because Dr. Cal's going to forget. Okay. This is a lore. Oh my god, Matt, you're not going to believe it.
What? Is it?
It's a 3.
Oh, total?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well,
that -3 is really starting to hurt.
Well, in that case,
Dr. Cal just strips down.
You go and begin to strip down. As you're stripping down, you then it comes to you with like a spark in your mind. You're like, oh, and you look over and you see Saval seems to be focused on whatever he's working on, and then all of a sudden you hear the door open, and you hear, Cal, just so you know, you shouldn't be undressing like that. If you want to undress, go to one of the quarters. And then Saval looks over. He's like, "What are you doing, Dr. Cal?" And he puts his hand up.
Your species cares about nudity. And Dr. Cal is like slowly putting back on the jumpsuit.
Are you sure you're all right?
Fine. I think. I don't remember a lot of things that happened after probing it.
After probing what?
Oh, nothing. Dr. Cal is like put on his jumpsuit at this point, and he kind of grabs the other jumpsuit he made. It's like, Proto, where did you say I can put on this jumpsuit? What's the normal thing? Is it like a restroom? Is that where they don't care?
A quarters station. I believe we have our own barrack.
Oh man, that's been a while.
Yes, do you want me to escort you there?
I mean, yes. We can deal with ion bracers and other things later.
Alright. Hi, Saval. Hi, Proto. And then you guys go and walk out, and you hear chatter amongst some people, and you see one figure in particular who is sitting there and staring at you. He is a prime. He looks super muscular. He has a scar that goes across his right eye that goes down straight towards around his neck towards his right shoulder blade, and you can see that he's just staring at you.
Dr. Cal kind of adjusts the backpack on his back to kind of hide as much of the Deimos Quartet space as possible, and just keeps walking with Proto to his quarters.
Okay, you continue walking over, and the door to basically the door to where the actual quarters station is opens up, and you see an actual lift that Proto enters inside, and you enter in as well. That's the door. Slides closed, and you begin to... And then it stops. It opens back up, and you see a hallway that goes in a circle, and there are several doors go around this circular hallway. This hallway is elliptical in a way. It almost looks like the same shape as the floor, as basically the first floor of this vessel.
Oh, so it's kind of that oblong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dr. Cal's just kind of looking at Proto like, okay, which one of the quarters?
Right here, and you see he goes over to the second one, and he goes up, and it looks like he pulls out... He actually pulls out a codex that you haven't seen before. And he goes and scans it, and the door slides open.
Is that the codex from Commander Carter?
Yes, Carter gave me a codex so that I could use it for accessing.
That reminds me. Did he get you an identity so I can hand you some credits? I remember we talked to the general about that.
Yes, I actually now have an identity for... specifically as a consultant for Core Command, and... well, since they know who I am and where I've come from, they seem to be fine with me. This all happened that one day where you took a nap and went out and almost got killed.
I didn't get hit.
Okay.
Liam's the one who nearly died.
Okay. But, yeah, and you guys go inside. You see a bunk bed and what looks like a desk. You see there is a bathroom area, and then also a shower. And
as soon as the door closes, Dr. Cal starts stripping off the jumpsuit.
yeah, you just take off the jumpsuit, get everything situated, put everything back on that you just made. It feels nice, and it is a bit more airy for you, and you're able to, breathe inside this jumpsuit.
I just imagine Dr. Cal like, it's just kind of that thing where, when you suck in your gut a little bit, you just see Dr. Cal's gut just go out just like a little bit more in the new jumpsuit as he's slightly more relaxed.
Proto looks at you and is like,
that feels better.
Cal, I want you to be careful about talking with the crew.
Oh yeah, don't worry. It's the reason I made a new jumpsuit. Things are going to get awkward.
Whatever you do, just stick with conversing with the main squadron that we know.
Yeah, I understand. Dr. Cal just kind of thinks back on that big old muscular prime.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's been a while since I've been worried about getting beat up.
The thing is that from what I've gathered, apparently being a part of General Plutel's branch of Core Command, you are tasked to be hyper-focused on certain things and very disciplined. But some people, carry preconceived notions towards certain groups. Because,
like Nugonians.
Well, yes, like Nugonians, because of the fact that we are going to fight Nugonians currently. But also, apparently, this war for command is a lot more intense than people make it out to be.
What's it called? Counter Command? Is that who they're fighting?
Yes, it is a force that started an insurgency because they believe that Core Command caused the core reset.
They got any proof?
They believe they have proof.
Yeah.
But the thing is that no one knows exactly what the proof is. The only person that has said proof is Ekelov Tyke.
I'm going to guess that's Sir Leader.
Yes.
Well,
I don't...
Dr. Cal's just kind of like, he kind of puts his hand down to his like forehead and he's like, I think there's another Nugonian aboard. I hope he's going to be fine.
Another Nugonian aboard?
I remember hearing that there was another one. I'm not sure their name, though. Because I asked if I was the only one.
I have not seen the other Nugonian. If they are aboard the vessel, they have not come yet.
As Dr. Cal is talking, he's kind of reaching into his backpack, and he kind of pulls out a circular-shaped little codex drive, and he kind of puts it on the desk. And he's like, okay, bro, though, I'm gonna keep this in here because that's sort of important to me.
What is that?
I mean, there's a lot of things that I could say it is.
What is it? If it's important to you, you shouldn't just leave it out there for someone to walk inside here and just grab it.
Can I just walk in here?
Well, Commander Kurter could.
Well, I mean, Commander Kurter wants to look at her.
Her?
Could ask. Yeah. Did I never tell you about her? Frodo, I never told you about her. She's like where half of your programming comes from.
He looks down at it. Is that my sister? And he points at it.
It would be, I think, more correct to almost call it your half-sister, I think would be more correct. Older sister, I don't know. Almost, I mean, it's one of my first big AI projects.
And what are you going to do with it? Her, sorry.
I'm going to try bringing her back.
Really?
But she's going to be mad. It's been 28 cycles since she's been on.
Going to be mad?
Frodo, I shut her off before going to college.
Oh. I mean, I don't claim to know your history.
That was 28 cycles ago.
Okay. You shut her off. Why did you shut her off?
A lot of reasons. And then I just forgot to reassemble her once we were away from...
You see Proto is starting to, like, really look at you and look you up and down, and then he says, Are you okay, Creator?
I mean, I think I'm fine. And he just looks up at Proto. He's like, I mean, do I look wrong?
No, I mean, like, you are... You seem to be... I don't know. Maybe you should rest a little bit. Take the edge off or something like that. You know? Isn't that the phrase that people use?
But there's only one thing that really helps me relax. And I've already started a bit of it. Um, I should probably wait until I make the new codex until I start working on her again.
You suddenly hear a... Attention, all crewmates. And you hear the voice of Commander Kurter over an intercom. We have almost got the entire ship manifest secured. We are going to be departing the harbor in approximately 30 minutes. Make sure you have everything that you need and report to the bridge when you get a chance to attain a specific pass for boarding the Fleet Titan Visceral when we get there. That is all. Commander Critter out. Well, that's interesting.
As Dr. Cal's kind of looking through his backpack after, like, taking out Sylvie,
Okay.
he realizes something. Liam still has his gun.
Yeah.
Did I never got my gun back from Liam.
Liam stole your gun?
No, I handed it to him because he didn't have any weapons.
Do you have any weapons?
Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal, like, does a finger gun with his hands for just a second. He doesn't, like, point it at Proto.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, all right, Proto hasn't seen that yet. And then he just undoes the finger guns.
And Proto's just like, I really think that you should take a rest, Dr. Cal.
No, I'm fine, Proto. It's been a bit.
Alright, well, I am going to go see what I can do about the, getting us the materials that we need to board onto the Fleet Titan. You stay here, okay? Or...
Oh, wait, Proto, before I forget.
What?
And do you have a Volt ship?
I do not. I think it's best that you hold on to any of our volts.
Oh, okay. Well, you still have 2,000 volts whenever you want to do something with them.
You figure out the best course of action in using those.
I mean, I said they were yours.
I understand that, Creator, but you can obviously spend them probably a bit more wisely.
I mean, I got what I need. We got the crafting station.
Yes, and you could just go and spend that on getting more materials so that you can craft things for both of us. It'd probably be cheaper that way anyways.
Probably. Alright, speaking of that, Dr. Cal, like, sets the crafting station down.
Okay.
Do these things have, like, a passcode lock or anything on them?
You can get one, or you can craft one.
You know, that's a really good idea.
It opens up the
Dr.
crafting station. Then you know you can open up the crafting station in your room right now, right? You could just go put it over next to the desk and just open it up.
Yeah, no, but I'm more specifically saying Dr. Cal just wants to leave it in here
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
instead of having it with him all the time.
Yep.
So I was wondering if there is, like, a lock on it, just as a player.
There is no lock on it at its base form.
Dr. Cal just kind of opens it up. He's like, I need to put some security on this thing. And Dr. Cal, before even, like, Proto's leaving the room, just starts working on a locking system for
Okay, go ahead and roll me a craft check as you hear Proto say, "All right, Cal, I'll be back."
Dr. Cal just straight up doesn't hear this.
Okay.
He's crafting.
door-
It's salvage time.
The door opens up and closes. As you are crafting, I need you to roll me a discipline will check.
Oh, I already used salvaging.
Go ahead and roll your
What is that?
craft,
Seven
but then roll me
stamina?
a discipline will check.
Yeah, give me a sec. I gotta do all the math for
But maybe
what's stamina usage.
I'm pretty sure it's either 7 or 8.
It's 7.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
Okay, so 12 plus 7, which already is a 19. That's just the rolls. So we get a 19 plus a 12. So there's a 30, 31. 31, and then we start adding modifiers. So that's a 30. So that's a, oh Jesus Christ, that's a 37 with the craft modifier, and then we add the coding modifier on top of the craft modifier. So that 37 becomes a 43.
And that's the total, correct?
That should be the. Wait, okay, I don't add anything else, do I? I can add resourceful on top of that, can't I?
You could, yes.
That's a 40. That's a 46. That's a 46 on a security station for a security lock on my crafting station. I don't even have stim waves yet, Matt.
Okay,
Oh, that's...
How many materials are you using for this? How many uses of a material are you using for this?
This would be upgrade materials, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I only have 2, so I guess just 1.
Just 1 use? That's it? That's all you want?
Well, how many usage does a material have? Just...
It has 3 uses. But
it has 3 uses?
How many upgrade materials do you have in total?
I have 2 upgrade materials.
Okay. If you use 5 uses, this could be a fucking insane lock.
Yeah, but then I would have 1 use.
Yeah, but you could always go down to the actual armory area with all the crafting stations and probably take a few of the materials from there, because they have materials down there too. This is from your personal stash.
Dr. Cal uses 5 uses of materials.
Do you want to use 5?
Yes, Matt. I want to use 5 uses of my materials for a lock on my crafting station.
Okay.
This lock is going to be unfucking pickable.
Yeah, so you spend several hours working on this.
Does Proto show up at some point?
Okay. As you're working on this, after about 20 minutes.
Discipline.
Yes, go ahead and roll a discipline. Go ahead and roll a discipline. But after about 20 minutes, the door slides open, and you hear, and then you see. So 22. Okay, let me actually roll that.
22 discipline.
Okay.
This lock, man. This motherfucking lock.
You. Oh gosh. You, Dr. Cal, are able. You hear. And then a little tap onto the side of the crafting station, and you see a little chip, and he's like, "Put that on your codex."
Dr. Cal is very focused on this lock, so he just kind of reaches for it with a limp hand, and is just kind of waiting for Frodo to put it in his hand.
Okay. Yeah, so Proto goes and takes the little chip and goes and puts it in your hand as you have your hand kind of reaching out, and you're working on stuff, and it looks like there's like a little panel that you've made for this actual little locking mechanism, and you're so hyper focused on it. You're like, oh, what if I added in a deterrent where it'll blast someone's hand back if they try to like mess with it. So you start to make like little traps inside there. But you're like hyper focused on it, and Proto is just like whatever. Cal, I'm going to take your codex out and then put this on while you're working on that. So just stay focused. And you see you feel something kind of grab onto you for a second, but you're still like super focused on this, and you're just working. And then you feel yourself get a little lighter for a second, and then you hear a, and then you feel yourself get a little bit heavier as you feel something kind of get placed back down, and you hear, "Have fun, creator," and then the door ends up closing. And you continue.
As soon as the door closes, Dr. Cal just like, okay, hi, Proto, and then he just gets back to work. Sorry.
You continue to get back to work, and then as you're there, you hear in your head, "Perhaps you should add something to this. You should ingrain it," and you begin to see your vision begins to fall down into what you're creating, and you're seeing all the atoms inside every single piece of equipment that you have there, and you see that you can manipulate them and begin to work around them. I'd like you to roll me a kinetic state.
A kinetic state? Okay, so that's... I can't... Okay. So if I add...
I'd also like you to add your craft bonus to this kinetic state.
Oh. Curious, Matt. Curious.
Curious, huh?
Oh my god, that's a nat 1. Fuck. So that's going to be... Even as a nat 1, that's pretty good, because you're allowing me to add my craft bonus. So that's a 12 plus 1, which equals 13, plus crafting, which equals 19, plus kinetic state, which means 25? No, that's a 25 with a 1.
You are able to sync your kinetic state with this dial that seems to have some kind of like quantum tech that you are able to design into it. As you see, the dial is being turned. You place certain portions of your energy, not much energy, but portions of your energy into specific numbers. You take a total of 9 points to your energy, as you're able to inscribe into each number on this dial a specific, like a certain amount of like kinetic energy, so that if someone were to use it, you need to actually kind of also have some kinetics inside of you to use it. And then you also implement a specific failsafe for you, as you are able to make a biometric turner for your specific fingers, so that it can scan it on it. So anytime that anyone else goes to try to open this locking mechanism, they will basically, well, they will get either beamed by a kinetic beam or even get kinetically rushed. As you are now, you have this actual device, this locking mechanism. You now install it into your actual crafting station. You're able to do so, and you have several different fail-safes for this lock. I'll have to freaking make the lock later on.
After making this, let's just call it what it is, impeccable lock.
The impeccable lock. It is an impeccably damaging lock.
I think I just made like a space vessel level of security for a crafting station.
Yeah.
After making this, Dr. Cal grabs Sylvie's hard drive and puts it in the crafting station. Because there's no safer place for Sylvie.
Okay, you go and put it inside of it. This is your crafting station is basically now kind of like a suitcase that has like a chest for you. Like it's
I can't wait
secure.
to see what will happen with this crafting station as Dr. Cal just accidentally does stuff with it over time.
You need to get combat crafter now. You need to get combat crafter so you could pull out the crafting station and then craft something in the middle of combat, and then that's like your weapon of choice is your crafting station.
Dr. Cal has to hit someone from long distance, but it can't be with piercing damage, so he makes a gun that shoots bludgeoning somehow.
You should make upgrades for the crafting station to where you make a an actual a shield, an energy
shield
bubble that can shield you while you're crafting at the same time.
You know what the next upgrade should be for this crafting station? It should take the place of my backpack and my ECU.
Okay. Yes.
That should be the next upgrade.
The crafting station actually you turn it into you have actual multiple appendages that come out of the crafting station, and then it creates a little thing in front of you while your appendages are fighting for you, and you're just I'm telling you, man.
Just crafting a combat station.
Anyways,
okay.
You are continuing to work on this. Over the course of this time, you do hear what sounds like a noise that appears. Attention crew. This is Commander Carter. And actually roll me a dispel check.
Oh yeah, no, I need to even see if Dr. Cal hears this.
If it's just attention crew.
Attention crew. Unless you are Dr. Cal, in which case you continue crafting. 24 plus 6 does a does a 30. Does a 30 work?
Is your will is a 12 now, right?
Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Okay, just making sure because 30 is the max that you could roll if you don't have anything adding.
23. I mean, okay. 29.
Okay. 29. Okay. You slightly get pulled out for a split second, and you hear Commander Carter speaking over the intercom. Do you continue listening to Commander Carter, or do you go back to just working and try to refocus?
Dr. Cal needs to probably listen to this. So Dr. Cal's I mean, that's probably the only time he said something over the intercom, right? So he listens to it. He's definitely toned out some probably important stuff.
You listen to it and you hear, We are going to be lifting off in T-minus 5 minutes. Everyone should be on board now, and all the supplies have been securely set inside the cargo bay. Once we lift off, we will be rendezvousing with the Fleet Titan Visceral inside the command colony system of Zubin. This trip will take approximately 1 week to reach this command colony, as there are no quantum forces within the area around there as of right now. At least the quantum forces are down currently. But for now, sit back, relax, and once we reach the first quantum force, all those who are not Nugonian on this vessel need to strap into the safety harnesses. That is all. Thank you. And you hear, as this finishes, you go back to making your stuff, and several hours go, not several hours go by, but within the next 5 minutes, you suddenly hear a sound of the ship beginning to charge up, and you can feel the vibrations through everything. It kind of distracts you for a second, but you're able to maintain focus on what you're crafting, and then you feel the vessel begin to lift off. And as it lifts off, you continue to craft. And continue to craft. And for several hours, you craft. So yeah.
After crafting, I imagine Dr. Cal just the only things that he's thinking besides crafting is just double checking with the kinetic that he's doing the kinetic stuff that he did with the lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since the kinetic was the one who was like, hey, you should do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the kinetic just yes-anding Dr. Cal's crazy lock.
Yeah, he helps you out with everything that you need when it comes to actually basically infusing this lock with kinetic energy. It's almost like a strange enchantment that you have done to this lock. You use your own you use your own technical knowledge of specific coding mechanisms and all that stuff to actually inscribe this energy into it in a weird way. Feels surreal.
Beautiful. I have so few words to say because Dr. Cal isn't talking right now. He's in the zone. This is probably the most relaxed he's been in a long time.
As you finally finish this up, you hear over the intercom, we are approaching our first quantum force. Everyone prepare yourselves.
Dr. Cal just starts heading to bed. Because as we all know, when Dr. Cal does a really big project, he just sleeps afterwards.
Okay, you go over and you head over to bed. And then
he kind of opens up his mind because, we're going through a quantum...
Yeah.
We're going through quantum force.
You don't even need to roll. You don't even need to roll. It just happens as you suddenly feel all the same sensations coming through, and then you drop down through your mind. Dr. Cal, you drop back down right in front of the kinetics pyramid. What do you do?
Dr. Cal once again just looks around at the weird landscape of the kinetics little area in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's different than, where he goes to see Allfather. Because it's still like the almost like liquid-like ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after looking at kind of this, this sort of beautiful scenery, he's like, okay, I need to probably talk with the kinetic. And Dr. Cal, looks back over at the pyramid and starts walking towards it.
Okay, you walk towards it. It opens for you. You walk inside. It... Hello, Cal.
Thank you, Kinetic, for the help with the lock. I didn't even know that was possible.
You will find many things are possible with the power of kinetics.
I mean, that one's definitely going to be interesting. What happened last time I was here? Last time it was diving into my old memories, wasn't it?
Indeed.
Dr. Cal, once again, just, you hear him, audibly breathe in and out, like he's trying to focus, not thinking about some of those memories. And he kind of, zones back in. He's like, is there anything you want to show me while I'm here?
Oh. Your vision has become clearer, Cal.
Wait, what do you... and Dr. Cal thinks back on the fact that he was able to see the atoms in this device he was working on, and there's a split second where you can almost hear the gears clicking in his brain, connecting that isn't normal. Oh, right, that happened while I was working, didn't it?
Indeed, it did.
Oh, I didn't even fully realize. Huh. I mean, that'll probably be useful.
Cal.
I think the only time I've been able to do that was in here, wasn't it?
Cal.
Oh, yes.
You have a power now. A power that others who are unable to access may fear.
The sight? What is there a name for it?
Kinetics, all of it together.
Oh, that's what you're talking. Yes, that I can see how that might make people fear. I didn't even know I would have destroyed that drone in a single shot.
There's one thing I need you to do, Cal.
Yes?
To further your training.
And what might that be?
I need you to find a seeker.
That could be difficult given the current mission we're on. Actually, no, that should be easier. We should be near quantum force.
You are in a quantum force currently.
Well, yes, but do you mean finding a seeker out there? And he kind of points to the outside of the pyramid. Or do you mean in the real space? What do you call it? What's the name for it? Reality?
This is
a part of reality. But it's different. It's more quantum.
what is on the cosmic scale.
Cosmic scale? Wait, sorry, what?
I suppose I might as well teach you a little lesson. You hear a little bit of irritation in his voice.
Sorry. Just got out of a crafting session.
We are within the quantum realm. The quantum realm permeates all of reality.
Yes.
The other realm that permeates all of reality is the cosmic realm. That is the realm in which you are able to move within the dimensions of space, time.
You mean, okay, so cosmic realm would be the name. Okay, so that's cosmic. This is quantum. Right? Am I understanding this correctly?
In simple terms, yes.
They're interconnected. I understand.
Anyways, out there in the cosmic space, I would like you to find a seeker. And then I would like you to probe their mind.
I'm going to guess willingly.
Or unwillingly. One or the other. It depends on who you find. This will be a large part of your training. It truly depends on whether or not you decide to go down the path that you seek. Exactly why I need you to find a seeker.
Out of curiosity, why a seeker? Why specifically only seekers that I need to seek? I understand that they follow a bit of this path. Is that why? Or is there other reasons?
It is for your training.
Fair enough.
Anyways, you are out of the quantum force now. Would you like to wake up? Or do you have any questions for me?
None right now. I'll tell you if I find any. I still need to experiment a bit with these powers before I have more questions.
I see.
Thank you again, Kinetic. And Dr. Cal tries waking up.
You suddenly wake up.
Does he feel rested? Or
It feels like you took a power nap.
I've had worse sleep. And Dr. Cal just kind of looks over at his crafting station. Man, I worked forever on that lock, didn't I?
You suddenly see the door slides open, and you see Proto walk in.
Oh, hey, Proto. I finished that lock.
You look like you just took a nap, and it looks like you finished the lock. Yes, cool. Am I able to get into it, or is it just for you?
Dr. Cal tries thinking, and he's like, I think... No.
You actually made it to where you can actually input 5 different people, like 5 different allies into this locking mechanism if you wanted them to have access to it.
Dr. Cal, like, kind of is like, does that require me, like, getting stuff for them? Like, a fingerprint or anything?
Yeah, basically.
You follow me, Proto. I need to give you access to this.
Okay. He's like, why should I follow you when it's right here? And he kind of motions to you step up and just walk like 2 steps over to it.
I'm used to not sleeping in the lab. Sorry, Proto.
This is our quarters. It's not necessarily a lab.
Dr. Cal just looks up at Proto, and without really answering, just is like, can you give me your hand?
Here you go.
And Dr. Cal, like, tries. I mean, I guess I would have to access my energy, and then access Proto's energy.
Mm-hmm.
To, like, have it. It's basically an energy fingerprint, isn't it?
I would like you to roll me a coding check with biology added to it. Whatever biology bonus you have.
I have a 3 in biology.
So coding plus 3.
Okay, so that's a 7 plus 12, which equals a... that's a 7 plus 18 plus 3. So that's a 7, that's a 28?
28.
That's a 28.
You are able to get Proto's fingerprints onto this locking mechanism, and he's able to open it and close it. Very nice. This is very, very well done.
Yeah, I hate to be the first person to try breaking into that. I'm not entirely sure how many traps I put in that thing.
Well, you did spend several hours working on it, so...
Dr. Cal thinks about it for a minute. He's like, I'm pretty sure if someone breaks in, they might have to deal with kinetic rush.
Okay. Well, I met the other Nugonian, by the way.
What
He is
are
actually
they doing?
he is actually a technical operative as well, like Savol. And
I was thinking of that. As like Proto saying that, Dr. Cal like gets out the codex. You added chip or something in this, right?
What?
Didn't you add something to my codex? I sort of remember something during.
Oh yes, there's a chip in order to be able to enter into the Fleet Titan Evisceral.
Ah. So that's what I am technically, a technical operative?
You're a consultant. Just like I am.
Consultant, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess you're more of almost an enforcer.
Are we trying to go based off of actual core command terms?
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Because honestly, I feel like I would be more of a commander at this point.
Commander would also be correct, yes.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of that, Dr. Cal, thinks for a moment like he's already activated Sylvie, and he should give Sylvie access to the crafting station. He's like, all right, Sylvie's still asleep.
Man,
I need to wake her up.
You need to maybe rest a little bit more, because it sounds like you are completely confused about what is happening right now.
It's fine.
Do you want to go meet the Nigonian downstairs, or do you want to continue to work on whatever you're going to be working on? It's all up to you.
Dr. Cal, since he has his codex out, he has like a list of things he needs to work on. Proto weaponry is one of them, because we need to get, what is it, ion bracers? Is that the one to make ion? What are they called?
It's ion gauntlets. It's actually called shock gauntlets, but if you have ion bracers and shock gloves connected to them, then they become gauntlets.
I need to make those ion bracers for you.
All right. Well, then, if you're gonna be continuing to work here, I'll.
No. I want to meet that other Nugonian. I already said I wanted to. Might as well see the only other one who doesn't have to. Might deal with some of the stuff we will.
All right then. Well, then I guess follow me. And you see him kind of smile at you, like he actually said it the right way.
Follow me.
Follow me.
I love how he said that. I think that's the best thing Frodo's ever said. And Dr. Cal is just kind of writing down stuff he needs to work on as he's following Frodo. He's like, okay. I'm going to guess he's not from
the door opens up, and you begin to walk over towards the lift that goes back down. And as you enter inside there, the lift goes, and then it opens back up. And as it opens back up, you begin to walk through. I'd like you to roll me a perception check, please.
Perception check?
Perception check.
Oh, once again. Perception check. Okay, that's a 12 plus 6. 18 altogether.
18? 18, you say? As you look
18.
over and you're walking through the main central chamber where the lounge area is at, you see a bunch of people are sitting around. You see that same Prime who's staring at you. And as Proto is guiding you, you then hear, "Hey!"
Yeah,
And
Dr. Cal doesn't even look.
you continue to move forward. It's like, "Hey, you!" And you don't look still?
Oh no, Dr. Cal learned don't look in the eyes of people because a lot of them know how to probe your brain. He's still used to Diamos Cortex.
Oh my gosh.
He's out of fear. He doesn't even look his way.
All right, well, in that case, I would like you to roll me.
What would be the right word for dodging a knife thrown at you?
Roll me a deception check.
Oh God, Matt. Matt. Oh man, no, Matt! Don't you dare make me roll a deception check. Oh God, Matt! Oh God! 4. It was a 7, but now it's a 4.
You hear, "I know you can hear me, Nugonian."
Mr. Cal still doesn't look at him.
And Proto
He's
looks
more and
over,
more
is like,
scared.
"Are you not going to answer him?" And you see Proto point towards him. As he looks back at you, and everyone's just staring at this confrontation now.
Oh. Proto, did you have to point at them?
He's calling. He's calling to you right now.
Dr. Cal looks his way. Nervously. Very nervously.
Viking, what seems to be the problem? He's like, I saw the symbol on your back. You're the consultant, aren't you? The doctor.
Yes. I think that's what they're calling me, maybe.
You see him stand up and begin to walk over towards you. If you try probing into any of our minds at any point, I'll have you know, I will snap your neck in half.
Well, good thing I don't like probing unless someone asks me to do it.
Go ahead and roll me an influence check.
Oh, it's gonna fail. I'll tell you that. Dr. Cal's... It's gonna fail, Matt. Hey, Matt, this is a 12. Oh, I'm just kidding. It's a 9. That's the best I can possibly do.
He looks at you. He looks you up and down. Good. Let's make sure it stays that way.
Cal's actually trying to think. I think the only person I've probed has been Proto.
Proto looks at him and is like, Viking, just so you know, you can talk to us civilly. You know, we're not bad people. And then Viking looks at you, is like, looks at you, and then looks up at Proto and is like, right, fine. And you see he begins to take a step back. Just watch yourself out there. And if we find out that you're still working for them...
You can kill me yourself if you find out I'm still working. And Dr. Cal just looks back and starts walking the direction Proto was taking him.
Proto stands there and just stares. Is like, just so you know, I could probably open up your chest and tear your heart out. So,
Proto, you don't have to say that. Goddammit!
I'm just giving him the truth. And Viking's like, I'd like to see you try.
Proto, we can deal with this later.
Dude, you want to see me try it?
Proto, don't get into a fight, please.
Okay.
I don't want to have to explain other things.
I'm not going to get into a fight, Cal. You think me so low now? Like I probably would have before, but now it's like, you know, I know how to stand my ground. And everyone's just staring at this point.
Proto, I'm still figuring all of this out. And he just points at all of Proto.
The door to the armory opens up, and you see you see Savol step out.
Savol?
Like, what's going on? And Viking's like, nothing, just a little bit of friendly jabber. And then you see him walk over and take a seat. And
you know, Dr. Cal kind of walks over to Savol. You know, friendly, threatening, you know, normal things.
Do you need me to get Recto here?
I mean, unless he hurts me or Proto, no. It's just scared, which is fair.
Alright, well, very well. Well, I'm gonna go rest up now and get prepared for when we do land in the Fleet Titan.
Oh,
I suggest you get prepared too, Doctor.
Yes, but remind me, I have a lock to show you that I think you might like.
A lock?
Dr. Cal looks over at Proto and he's like, okay, where's this other Nugonian?
Inside there. Actually, he is not inside there anymore. He is back inside his chambers. Oh. But I wanted him to meet him. And you hear a little laugh from Viking. As other people are just
still listening to us.
Yeah. And you see Savo's like, don't you have something to handle with your commanding operative, Viking? Like, he looks to the side. All right, well, if you want to meet him, I can introduce you to him if you'd like.
I mean, if he's still fine with being introduced, he went to his quarters.
Yes, he did.
You think he's resting?
Most likely, yes.
I'll deal with him some other time.
Very well. And what is this locking mechanism that you wanted to show me?
Okay, so Dr. Cal is like, do you want to see it? It took forever, but I think it's pretty good.
Is this where you've been this entire time?
How long has it been? It's been like an hour.
We have been in. Well, it took us about 3 hours to get to the first quantum force, and then once we got to the nearest quantum force that was open to the Zubian system, we are currently in quad space, so we're jumping from quad anchors currently. It should take another. Well, we've been traveling for about a total of, I'd say, 7 hours.
Oh. Yes. Yes, that's where I've been.
Okay. Well, do you want to show me inside there, or do you want to show me inside your quarters, or what do you want to do?
I mean, it's still back at my quarters, so probably there.
All right, then I will follow you.
So Dr. Cal starts walking, and he's just talking about, like, really technical crap with Saval.
Yeah.
He's saying, like, okay, so hear me out. So in order to get the quantum coding right, he's talking about how he had to do it.
Yeah, yep.
He's kind of just ranting to Saval.
You hear you see Saval is actually listening. Like, you haven't had people like to actually really listen to you, and he actually starts like asking specific questions about what you like, your process in doing so, and then he gives you like little pointers about certain things that like maybe he would change himself, and it's like a back and forth between the two of you.
And yeah, Dr. Cal then like gets the door open. He's like, I wouldn't try opening it. I put countermeasures, but
very well. The door opens up. You enter inside.
Yeah, Dr. Cal just kind of goes over to the crafting station. He's like, look at this thing. It would take quite a bit to break through that.
The design is rather impressive, Cal. How long for the past 7 hours you've been working on this?
Let's see. How long were we in Quantum Force?
Well, we were in the Quantum Force for about like a couple minutes or so.
That's when I stopped working on this, I think. So like 5 hours?
Sure, yeah. I mean, if it was 5 hours.
I think it's around 5 hours. And Dr. Cal, I imagine that this thing is just a nightmare to open.
So how does it work?
Okay.
And you go up and you put your fingers on the specific points in which the energy is infused, and you begin to turn the dial. As you turn the dial, you hear the locking mechanism begin to, and it and it turns into the crafting station. It was rather easy for you to do it.
So, I figured a very strange thing out. Have you ever heard of kinetics?
Yes, I have. He looks at you like you're like, kinetics, yes. I know what kinetics is.
Dr. Cal looks him in the eyes and he's like, I infused a little bit of my kinetic energy into this. I don't think anyone besides a kinetic who knew exactly how much energy I infused in this could open it.
Huh.
I'm not entirely sure the big old computer you had working on the, what was it, solar orbiter? I don't even know if that could open it because it needs that little bit of energy.
Interesting.
I'm very excited about this.
Very
I
interesting.
mean, Proto can even open it, and Dr. Cal closes it and lets Proto open it.
Proto did not follow you, actually.
Oh. I thought he was. Oh.
Yeah, he's not there.
It's like, oh.
You were talking to Saval so much that you noticed that Proto didn't follow you upstairs.
Oh, man. I thought he was. But I actually have a way to get a few people on this. But they're like the only other people who'd be able to open this. You'd have to steal their genetic information, I'm pretty sure, to get it open.
Would I be one of those people?
I mean, it depends. Why would I need you inside my crafting station?
Who knows, maybe you need me to craft something for you.
Ah, fair. Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal just lets him show some ball to do it.
Alright, you guys, alright, I'm not gonna have you roll for this. This is easy. You both, like, start to kind of get Saval access to it, and he's like, very interesting. I like how you have designed this. It's very simple to open if you know how to open it. But then, if you don't know how to open it, I can see how it could be very convoluted, and then the fail mechanisms, like the safety mechanisms, are astounding. This is very good, Dr. Cal. Do you think that you'd be able? Do you think that you'd want to sell the design?
Oh, Dr. Cal doesn't even, like, it takes Dr. Cal a minute to realize what he just said. So he's like, I mean, I couldn't I?
Oh, you could make more money than you would be making with the cornerite function that you made. This is like an actual locking mechanism that could be implemented into not just little stations like these, but into actual, like, vaults for volts chips.
Yeah, Dr. Cal just kind of, as Saval's talking, he gets out his codex and starts just figuring out how you would build this if you were actually going to build it. Because Dr. Cal just worked on this for 5 hours. That's a lot easier than telling other people how to build it.
Yeah, and
Saval, he's just like talking with the wall.
Saval was like, the thing is
the kinetics would be near impossible, but a slightly less secure system should be able to be made.
Perhaps you can.
It wouldn't be
perhaps you can sell it to other factions and societies. Maybe the Ren Empire might be able to use this since they technically are kinetics themselves, like with the plasmatic knights and all that stuff.
Dr. Cal goes to his codex and he's like, and he like types. He goes to contacts and he types in plasmatic knight. Because he has that one plasmatic knight.
Yes.
He's like, hey, does your empire need a kinetic locking system? And then he sends it.
Yes.
And then he puts the codex down. He's like, I mean, they'd probably like it. They could probably build it if I give them the instructions.
Yes, it definitely could be, but for now, good work.
Yeah, Dr. Cal already sent that message.
Anything else you want to show me?
No. The commander tried to tell you if my gun showed up.
Oh yes, we have the gun inside the cargo bay.
I mean, unless you've already looked at that, I need the drive core to power that thing though, and I don't have one right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem, but we could see what we could muster up if you want to work together on making a drive core together.
Dr. Cal, I imagine that in his quarters he actually has the lights sort of down. Mm-hmm. For this exact reason. His eyes, like, his shades come off for just a second because he's so fucking excited.
And then, as you feel this excitement, you suddenly hear in your head, I can help you build something wonderful.
Is that
the kinetic?
That's the kinetic? What? Wait, what? What do you have?
Do you say this out loud?
What can you have?
Do you say this out loud?
Yeah. Dr. Cal is excited.
Savol is like...
He, like, turns his head to the side. He's no longer looking at Savol.
Yeah, Savol's like, Doctor?
The 1 second, talking with the kinetic.
You see Savol look over to the side, he's like, and then you hear, if you're making a drive core, you can make it just like how you did with this locking mechanism. And
you can go into the atomic structure?
Infuse your energy into it.
I didn't know you could infuse your own energy in the drive core. He's saying all this out loud.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't think you can infuse energy. I mean, you can infuse energy into a drive core, but your own energy, your own life force, I feel like that is dangerous. Savol says.
I mean, would that be dangerous, kinetic?
I can show you how to do it at a slow pace so that you can survive the process.
Can survive the process is good enough for me. Savol, I have an idea.
Savol is just like...
Savol.
Savol's like, I don't know what just happened, but let's...
I talked with the kinetic.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but let's just... I have to go and speak with...
You take a rest, or whatever you're doing. I have to start planning something.
Oh, all right. Just come and meet me back inside the crafting station in probably about an hour or so. All right?
Oh, okay. And Dr. Cal is like actually writing down some of the steps he did to make that lock as this hour is going on.
And as you write down all the steps, and then if you finally finish them after the hour, and you go and meet with Savol inside the crafting station, the two of you begin to craft for the remainder of the time that you are in space, and you go about your business and basically craft every day with Savol, like making certain things. We will do all the crafting stuff in the middle of sessions, so we don't do too much crafting in the sessions themselves. We could just do a little time skip.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do a little time skip where we talk about stuff we're crafting.
Yes. But for now, you do so, and then finally, you hear over the intercoms Commander Kurter say, "We are approaching the Zubian system and going to be landing in the Fleet Titan in about 20 minutes or so. Prepare yourselves." And as you go over to one of the viewers, you look out and you see a world in the distance that glows with this. It looks like multiple vibrant colors. It almost looks like the energy of quantum as it flows. And then you also see a massive Titanic spacecraft that nearly covers half of that world that you see in the distance. And you approach it. The vessel goes and approaches as you see other spacecrafts about the same size as you going into the hangars of this massive ship. You've never seen anything this big that has been built. And
wonder how much bigger our ship could be. And Dr. Cal's just looking at it.
This looks like the size of a continent.
Oh.
And as you approach it, you feel like a full-on... You don't even know if you're an ant at this point, like you're a speck.
Almost like an electron in a sea of atoms.
As you see that your ship everything begins to power down. We have landed. And with that, we are going to end the session there. And then we can say we can figure out all the stuff that you crafted before during that week that you just traveled. All right.
Yeah.
But
no, we'll talk about that. Entry 18.
Yes.
Where we list the things Dr. Cal made in
Yes.
between sessions.
But
During sessions.
that was an interesting one. A lot of technical difficulties happening in the middle of it. People, you probably won't hear them because of editing and stuff. But
because Matt is an editing god.
no,
And
I'm not.
no
I usually
mistakes.
don't edit any of my stuff because I just want it to be like, hey, this is us having fun doing it. Being weirdos.
No. Yeah, no, that's correct, especially for Dr. Cal.
Hey,
Dr. Cal, this is a very weird section.
if you listen to the
Compared to
mainframe, if you listen to the mainframe, each episode that we did, we actually had 20 minutes of just talking, and we drank a few of them. Okay. I had like a margarita in one of them. I had COVID in one of them too.
It's just like half lucid.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Oh God.
But yes, thank you all for listening, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power. End credits. I thank you for listening to The Doctor. Be sure to check out the official New Age campaign, now releasing here on the podcast and streaming bi-weekly Tuesdays on Twitch. A link will be found in the description of this entry. And if you want to be reborn yourself, you can subscribe as a Chosen to access Chosen creation and exclusive Codex entries. Until next time, travelers, be safe, stay safe, and if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.